Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Livin Life Podcast. Today, we got something for you. A little something for you. I'm getting over this small cold that I had. I didn't really get any fever or anything like that, but I did get pretty sick. My throat got all jacked up. My nose was running for a little bit, and then it stopped, and then now I got the clogs.
He sounded like a little boy.
No, I didn't sound.
Yes, you did.
I sounded like what is that? Earl Jones from Star Wars. Remember that? I started sounding like the Star Wars guy, but I can't do it right now because my voice is almost back to normal. Obviously, it's kind of high pitched. So again, welcome guys to the Livin Life Podcast.
Podcast number
10.
Number 10?
Number 10. We're at number 10. Woo! Celebration! 10 podcasts already. Thank you guys for all the people that watched, and thank you guys for all the people that subscribed and stay tuned, and staying in tune to what we gotta say, which is pretty much dumb stuff, but for the most part.
Some of it's informative. Some of it is very informative.
Some of it is informative, some of it is eye-opening, crazy, and some of it's funny. Most of it's funny. Alright, so today I wanted to talk about how crazy expensive everything is now. How people, especially here in Los Angeles, are basically living in the streets in tents. It's just madness. Now, I've noticed over the years, I've noticed an influx of people living on the street. And I just gave, but a couple of weeks ago, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago, I gave a ride to a mother and her daughter from a school that is all the way in Los Angeles, all the way over there, and they were going all the way to Whittier, the city of Whittier. Now apparently, I don't remember the lady's name or anything like that, but apparently they had gone homeless for a while. They were living on the streets, and that even she's working as a teacher's assistant for the school, so she has a job. She has a good job. She's working for technically the city of Los Angeles, but she can't even afford to get a house or rent a house. So I was pretty amazed that how she, a little girl, she's probably maybe, I think she was on first grade, probably a year older than Armin. And they got out of school and they had to go all the way to Whittier because I guess the city, or either that or the state, have given them funds to rent out a hotel. They gave them $3,000 to rent out a hotel until they're able to find housing. So, and she says that she has to get lucky if in order to get housing. Because some people, basically it's like a lottery. You apply and you hope to get chosen, and if you get chosen, you get to live in one of those, it's not a great place to live, but one of the project homes.
Those nice Section 8 homes?
Yeah, the nice Section 8 homes.
Well, see, the thing about that is that they have this long list of people that have already, like you said, applied for it. So you're just waiting for your next turn in line to get Rick said, to get chosen for your house.
Yeah, and she was telling me that they were living in her car temporarily. So the husband, her, and the daughter. And for now, the city gave them the money so they can put up for an actual hotel somewhere actually to sleep in, like a house. So it's just crazy how everything's getting so expensive, especially the rent. The rate of pay is getting higher. I remember the rate of pay was $8. $8 an hour, $7 an hour, and you were barely, you couldn't survive on $8, $7 an hour, no matter what. You had to have 5 jobs.
Well, that's how it is today.
Yeah.
You need to have at least like four or five incomes for just to rent a little one bedroom.
So, I mean, yes, we're getting paid more. Like throughout the whole city, I've noticed that a lot of people are getting paid like $14 an hour to start, or $15 an hour to start. But sometimes it's just not enough. It's just not enough to keep up with the stuff at home, you know.
Yeah.
And like, and then to top it off, a lot of the businesses, even though the economy's doing good, even though like all these businesses are doing great, they still don't open up full-time jobs because they don't want to pay for benefits. They don't want to pay for health insurance. They don't want to pay for anything.
That's sad.
Yeah. And we give them money, but yeah, they don't provide it back to the community.
Or to their workers.
Or to their workers, which is pretty sad. Recently, I don't know if you guys heard, but not Lyft, but California itself passed this little bill called I don't want to call it the wrong thing. I want to say UB40, but that's a group in you know what I mean?
That's a good group.
But yeah, they passed a bill, and the bill was supposed to classify any driver that works for Lyft, Uber, or Amazon Flex as an employee of that company. So instead of classifying it, because right now how it is, like if you drive for Lyft, Uber, Postmates, or whatever, you're technically an independent contractor, and you own your little business basically. You have you set your own time, you set your own hours. But now, I mean, which is pretty cool. I like that. I like the fact that I can, if I wanted to, I can go to work right now. Or if I wanted to, work at 5 in the morning. If I wanted to, work at 12 p.m., which is cool. But the problem is that you're supposed to get paid for the times that you don't drive people around. By you having to have that application on, I think you should be getting paid for just sitting there, waiting for a ride. Because you're on standby. You're on their, you're basically on their time. It's not your free time, because obviously you're not eating food, or you're not anything while, you're waiting for a ride.
See, but sometimes those people do things like that. Like, you can be at your house waiting to get the ride.
It's true, but most of the time you're already dropped off somebody, and you're waiting for the next ride, and you're just waiting. You're sitting there.
That's true.
And you all have it on, and you're on call, so they should be paying you for that time. So in a way, it's good that they passed this bill, because it classifies you an employee. So you're going to be getting paid for the hours that you are online, that you're available. But the bad thing is that this might push away these companies away from California and just completely wipe out that job market. Do you know what I mean?
I do, but I don't think so.
I have a feeling they will.
I don't think so, because everybody uses it nowadays.
It's
everybody.
True. I've had people that work for the cities, and they have taken rides, and they love it. They love the fact that you can call somebody, they show up, and they take them where you gotta go.
Yeah.
But at the same time, these companies, they're gonna drive up the cost of using that service, because in order for them to supply these employees with benefits like health insurance, overtime, hours worked, now they're gonna have set schedules, versus before you make your own schedule. So now you're gonna have a set schedule, and you can be terminated like an employee, because let's just say you don't show up for the drive, then they could terminate you. That's crazy, right? So in a way it's good, because you're getting more benefits, but in a way it's bad, because you're losing that freedom to drive. And that sucks. So I don't know what's gonna happen. They might get rid of it completely, and they just might not do any business with California. And it might just be like, we got other states. We can make money elsewhere. That's crazy, huh?
That's really crazy.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But anyways, everything's getting so expensive. Sorry to get off track. Everything's getting so expensive. There, I mean, I don't know what's the solution. Can't give these companies more money because obviously they don't care about people. They just care about their profits and their shareholders. Right? What has to happen to help people get out of that hole? I know sometimes it's drug use, and I know sometimes it's because it's mental health issues. A lot of the times it's mental health issues. Because, you'll be walking down, Union Station, and some guy's like, just doing some crazy stuff, and you're like, what's wrong with him, And for the most part, it's mental health. Other part is drugs, and we've seen a lot of drugs. Seen a lot of people on drugs around here. It's getting worse. It's getting really bad. So I hope there's a solution. What do you think could be a solution to help get rid of people with drugs, people on drugs? Let's get rid of that problem first. Let's stop drugs first, and then let's, or should we care about mental health first, and then get rid of the drugs, or solve the problems with the drugs?
I don't know. It's hard. It's a hard decision to make, because it's like, if you don't have mental health issues, then you don't need the drugs to begin with. Although, if you're taking the drugs just to take them because you like them, that's different. And then you get it, addicted, and and it goes from there, where you just, you'll give it all up for that drug, for that next,
for the next high.
For the next high.
And a lot of people use it to get away from stuff.
Exactly, and that's what I was gonna say, is that, like, if you have mental health issues in the beginning, you go and self-medicate with that drug, so you need that drug to survive.
Yeah, you need that drug to stay normal.
To feel normal and to live. So I mean, if anything, I would say get rid of mental health. First,
and then drugs. I didn't read, but I heard this solution by somebody, that lives in another country. Now, I think it's the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, they hardly have any drug issues or mental health issues. And I mean, obviously the population is not as much as here. Like, Los Angeles probably has the same amount of population as that whole country. But what they did is they made the drugs legal. Do you think that'll work?
No.
No? And this is what they said. So they made the drugs legal so they can get rid of people that actually sell illegal drugs. So hear me out. They said, if we eliminate the drug dealers, you eliminate crime, and you eliminate deaths, because people are not going to go and buy the drug from that person anymore. If you make it legal, doctors can actually have the drugs themselves, so that way they can distribute it within the doctors.
I see what you're saying, but like over here, people like to take advantage.
Yes.
And so I think that if just like they're making weed legal.
Mm-hmm.
I know you can't overdose on weed. I know you can.
Yes, you can. You can overdose.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I take that back. But like, if let's say they make other drugs, illegal substances legal, I mean, people are not gonna know their limit and just think, hey, it's legal now.
But here's the thing: the doctors have the drug. You cannot get it anywhere else. You can go get the drug free from doctors. You can make an appointment. Go to the appointment. They'll tell you, we'll give you your drug fix, but after the drug fix, you're going to stay for counseling for 30 minutes. And then you can go on, and if you want to come back later on, you can come back later on.
There's so many drug dealers that are here.
Drug dealers or drug users?
Both.
Yeah. But see,
but here, that's what I'm saying. But here, it's like you're gonna find some way to get it without going to the counseling, without going to see that doctor that's giving it to you for free. They're gonna get it.
But let's just say you're poor, right? Let's just say you're poor, and this is a drug dealer, and this drug dealer is selling to you for $100, or you can go to the clinic, get the same drug for free. All you gotta do is just sit through that counseling. Would you rather pay $100 or go get it for free from the clinic and stop giving this guy business?
Well, I'm not a drug user, so I mean.
But if you think about it, let's just say you're dirt poor, you have nothing to your name, but you need your fix, and you need to go. I feel depressed. I feel like I need to have that drug. Instead of going to this fool who possibly may hurt you or shoot you, you go to the doctor. They give it to you for free. You medicate. They'll keep you in a room so you can do what you do, medicated, and then after that you come down from your high a little bit, and you get your little counseling and get on your way.
I think I would prefer that instead
of a drug dealer.
Instead of being shot by a drug dealer because I can't pay.
And it's free.
Yeah.
And it's free. Granted, there's tons of people, like infinite amount of people. But if you think about it, if they open up those services where doctors can control the exact amount of drug to give you so you can feel that high and then you don't die. So they can administer the drug, give you counseling, and send you on your way, and hopefully the counseling is helping you through so you can stop using it. And maybe they'll give you controlled substances where they can give you today you're going to get 5 milligrams.
And wean you off of it.
Wean you off, next time you get 4.
That would be something to see.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that may be a solution. But I don't know how that will work here, and that would cost a lot of money, and you would see doctor appointments skyrocket like crazy.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, they already do that kind of before weed got legalized here.
Mm-hmm.
They had the weed doctors, remember, that would prescribe prescriptions and stuff like that. I mean, they already had. Doctors. Well, I know.
They were chiropractors, goddamn.
But
they were licensed chiropractors, and they just hand out weed prescriptions.
No, but I mean, okay, if they already have something like that
in place.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure they can do it for other stuff.
Yeah.
But the thing is that they're considered illegal.
That's why. If you make them legal, doctors are able to get their hands on it and able to prescribe it to people in moderation, small amounts.
You see, but then it all goes back to money.
Money, exactly. So, but I mean, if the city is pumping, money into these drug programs already, why not just open up a little drug clinic, a little, rehab clinic?
Remember that when we were watching that documentary, and it was about substance abuse too. But remember that van?
Yeah.
Remember?
The guy would give them free needles.
Yeah.
So that way they can stop spreading HIV and all these
that's
things.
what it was.
So kind of like that, but now that van is giving you the drug and giving you the counseling so you can get yourself better. Versus you going back out to the street, having to deal with this drug dealer and hoping that you won't die today. Or hoping that you don't OD today. And, it'll help save people and it'll help stop drug dealers. Because now the drug dealer's damn, I'm out of business. They're giving this shit away for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it costs money to make it, but you have to do something. They spent trillions of dollars in wars. Why not stop funding all that stuff and help the people that live in your country? That that actually live in your country.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people that have mental health issues are people from the military too, because they suffer from PTSD.
Yeah.
PTSD from being in Iraq, being in Afghanistan, seeing dead people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they need to do something about it. And I think that's maybe a solution.
That's a possible solution.
Possible.
Sounds really, really...
It sounds good on paper.
Exactly.
I don't know how...
Exactly.
I don't know how... I mean, not everybody in this Los Angeles uses drugs, but... Enough do where they
need to do something.
Yeah. So that's why I like the visions of Bernie, because he does talk about universal healthcare and how everybody should have healthcare. Nobody should be like, oh, you can't see a doctor because you're poor. You know what I mean? Everybody should have healthcare, no matter what. No matter what genetic disease you have, no matter if you have cancer now or develop aneurysm later, you should have medical treatment.
Well, you should have medical treatment no matter what class you fall under.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, because not everybody is well off to pay for all the, the amenities of health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, but...
I think the trouble with that would be how to tax people the right way to enable that universal health care.
Maybe they shouldn't tax it at all.
They should.
They shouldn't.
They have to. Because the money has to come from somewhere. And if they make universal health care, they can set the prices for all the drugs. And yes, the companies can still make a profit, but they're not going to be gouging you $1,000 per pill. You know what I mean?
I know.
So, things are getting tougher. Life's getting tougher. Rent's getting higher. And there's no end in sight. Yes, our wages are a little, going up a little bit.
But
it's
not to cover.
Not enough to, not enough for, the rise in cost. So yes, we're getting $12, $14 an hour, but now the rent's, $3,000 for a little one bedroom in the middle of the city.
And not even a nice part of the city.
Yeah, it's not even a nice part. It's just trash. Trash everywhere.
Not trash per se, but not either in the heart of downtown, but just maybe on the outskirts, so East Los Angeles, where it's not really upper class, not really lower class,
mm-hmm.
maybe more middle class, a little.
And I think if they do that drug program that I'm talking about, I think that'll eliminate all the drug dealers. Unless there's a drug that they make and they can't get anywhere else, then yes, then they'll go back to that person. But if that drug can be in the doctor's office for free, or you can go get help and treatment, I think people would take that. I think 100% of people would rather go and get it for free, get help, versus paying this guy $100 and possibly dying.
Yeah, until the next time.
Yeah, possibly dying of fentanyl. What's that guy's name? Malcolm? McMillan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He could have, if he would have stepped in the clinic, got help, they gave him his goodness, they put him in a little room, comfortable. You're done, alright, go home. And then if you need it, come back. And maybe you'll come back 2 hours later. Who cares? Just give him the drug, lay him down, and then back, do it again. Until, he seeks the help, or until he doesn't want it anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get it.
So, the money issue is, getting rampant everywhere. Healthcare costs is going up. And this is something that I saw on our local news, ABC7. A Santa Clarita family, according to this, was dealing with some health issues where the husband got a heart attack. And they were at the hospital for almost 3 weeks, and something happened to the car. So let's hear the little story real quick.
Wendy Peterson, her husband, and her 2 adopted children have had a rough few months. Her husband, Scott, had a massive heart attack and his heart stopped beating. The EMTs barely brought him back to life before he spent 3 weeks recovering in the hospital. Then when they finally got home, their car had been towed.
Because we were spending nights in the hospital with the kids and so on for a while.
Their car had been parked in their neighborhood for 3 weeks. When Wendy brought medical records to the city and the sheriff's office, fees were waived. But when they got to Wolf's Towing in Santa Clarita,
they told me that everybody has a story. And I said, I don't think anyone has a story like ours. And I would just appreciate if you would please take a look at our documents and waive the fees, because this is a really difficult time. And I was told, do you want your car or not?
their bill to get the car is now more than $600, which includes a daily lot fee for every day the car is left on the lot.
The Petersons say they cannot afford to pay the fees. They got their belongings yesterday, and their plan now is to simply give the car up to the tow company.
We made multiple attempts to speak with the owners of Wolf's Towing, but never got a response. The Petersons say despite the difficult ordeal, people in their community have been supportive. One friend even started a GoFundMe page to help them out.
It's a little bit of a comfort, to know that there's other people out there that have compassion about situations, that are sort of rough.
So apparently the towing company, they said, we don't give a crap about what happened. Just pay us our money. Everybody has a story. And, good news is that the tow truck company had a change of heart, and after the dispute with Santa Clarita family, so they got their car back.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Good.
So, I guess the tow company, finally heard what was going on, and they gave them the truck.
But how sad. They had to take it to the news.
Yeah.
And hear it on the news for them to be like, oh, okay, well, they're not lying. At least give them the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the paperwork.
Yeah.
See the statements from the sheriff that the sheriff's department fees were waived.
See, that's what I mean about companies. They don't care. They don't care about you. They go and collect. Even this, they go and collect your car. They have it in there. You want your car or not? Well, it's this much.
And then to say everybody has a story.
Yeah.
Not even to be a human being and be you know what, I understand that your husband or your dad got, had a heart attack and he barely made it, and we didn't know, we weren't aware. But that's how towing truck companies are.
Yeah.
As long as they have it on their thing, or they're already starting to put it on the belt,
mm-hmm.
they'll tell you till you're blue in the face, well, we're sorry. It's already ours. Once it's on our truck, it's ours.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad, because what if it's that situation where it's hey, I can't afford to, it's sad.
So, like they said, they have a GoFundMe page. They got their truck back, but, you can still help out this family if you want to. This is the GoFundMe right here. It says, pulling for Wendy Peterson's life hiccup. And I guess the family friend put $10,000 goal. They're at $3,245. So hopefully this helps them out, and hopefully the husband can recover and get back on his feet
Comfortably without the stresses. Because you imagine his poor heart right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible.
Yeah. So hopefully this helps them out. Definitely. They raised enough money to pay all those fees, but they already got their truck back, which is pretty cool. And this whole expensive thing ties into school too. A lot of people can't afford school, or either that, or they get into so much debt from school that sometimes they can't pay it back, and even if you go bankrupt, you still have to pay it back.
What's sad too is
mm-hmm.
that even school-age children,
mm-hmm.
Their parents can't afford their lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? Children don't eat.
Yep.
It's not the school's fault. I mean,
mm-hmm.
that's terrible nowadays. Back when we were in school, that never happened.
Mm-mm.
If you didn't, yeah.
You know what though? When I was a kid, I think my parents got to the part, to a certain extent where they made good money. And I think 1 year I didn't get lunch. So they didn't give me any of those little tickets.
But what I'm saying is that, like, they shouldn't have that.
Yeah, they shouldn't have that. Food should be provided to all kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they give food to prisoners in jail and stuff like that, they can give food to children.
Kids.
It's children.
Kids, innocent kids versus criminals.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not that criminals don't need food, but we're saying
they
should follow.
If the city can provide food for him without having without having food in their money in their commissary, like they should provide it for children that or for children with low income families, or just children at all that don't.
All kids should have free meals.
Yeah, they shouldn't have to worry. Like that news article that I read, it was on TV. About this little boy. It was, I guess, like his birthday or something, and he was at school, and his favorite day was pizza, and it happened to be pizza day. And he was in line, and they took his pizza away from him because his parents didn't put money on the account. Because his parents didn't put money on the account. Wow. They took the food away from him, and they threw it in the trash. Like, come on. Like, who does that? Like, he already has the food. Okay, well, it's what? The $2 lunch? Yeah. $1.50? Okay, just let him have it. Up. Exactly. Yeah.
Somebody at least put the $2.
Instead, they gave him, what, crackers?
Mm-hmm.
Like...
That's messed up. That is
terrible.
So messed up.
Terrible.
So, and this one is Hassan Minhaj. If you don't know who that is, he used to come out in... Daily News on Comedy Central with Trevor Noah. So Hassan Minhaj testified before Congress, and he talked about how they paid less for their degrees compared to how now our people that are going to college now are paying 5 times more than what they paid back then, and how that's getting crazy. So let me play this clip real quick. If I get audio. Alright, here we go.
I'm 33, and growing up it was drilled into our heads. You gotta go to college if you want a middle-class job. And we even tell kids today, look, if you don't go to college, you might as well get a face tattoo. And then they point to Post Malone, and we're like, okay, that's one guy. He's a very popular musician. But it's true, 2/3 of all jobs in America require at least some college. This is the standard now. And that wasn't the case when most members of this committee were in school. And you paid far less for your degrees. That's not speculation. We looked up where the 60 members of this committee went to college and what your school's tuition was at that time. Even adjusting for inflation, college cost way less across the board. Chairwoman Maxine Waters, your tuition at Cal State LA in 1971 was the equivalent of about $1,000 a year. Today, Cal State costs well over $6,000. That's more than a 500% jump. Congressman King, right? In 1965, Congressman King paid the equivalent of almost $10,000 a year at St. Francis College. Today, St. Francis costs over $25,000. On average, this entire committee graduated from college 33 years ago and paid an inflation-adjusted tuition of $11,690 a year. Today, the average tuition at all of your same schools is almost $25,000. That's a 110% increase over a period of time when wages have gone up only 16%. So people aren't making more money, and college is objectively way more expensive.
So that kind of gives you an idea. Like, yes, like we got an increase, but yeah, you've increased the cost of everything else like 1,000%, which is insane. And he makes a good point. Like people tell us to go to college. People tell us that you have to go to college, and yet when we get out and we're poor, and we still can't get a good job because there's no jobs available for that field of degree that you went for. You know, and you can't pay your loan. And let's just say you can't pay your loan at all. You ruin your credit. You can't get a house. You can't rent anything because obviously your credit's messed up. You can't get a loan from anywhere because your credit's messed up. And yeah, you're screwed. And yes, you have a job, but now you're at this job that sometimes isn't even like anything of what you went to school for. You might have gone in for law enforcement or something. You know, what is it called? Criminal justice. You may have gone for criminal justice, but
you're still making $13.25 an hour.
You're still making $13.25 an hour working for Big Five because you can't get a job as anything in the criminal justice system, or you can't get a probation officer job, or you can't get anything like that. Like, not every job is going to be from the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything's getting more expensive. Jobs suck. And even if you go into technology, like let's just say you're an app writer, you're making apps, and you know all this code. Yeah, you can maybe, hopefully, find a friend that works for a tech company and he can get you in. But most of the time, they want already experienced people. Like, how am I supposed to get a job that requires experience when I can't even find a job to get experience from? Right?
Yeah.
Like, you say I need 4 years experience, even for the city, you need 4 years experience gardening to get for a gardening job. So where the hell am I going to get a gardening job? You know what I mean? Who's going to hire me? Or air conditioning company, you know, they're like, oh, you need 2 years experience in working air conditioning company. But yet you still can't get a job from an air conditioning company.
Yeah. See, that's the thing too, is that like everything's so expensive and there's like hardly any openings for jobs.
Yeah.
And if there's an opening for a job, like Rick said, like they're so hard to get into and they're so picky about who they hire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, you know, you don't have a job, you apply for all these jobs and none of them call you back.
Yeah, they never call you back, or they say you're not qualified because you don't have experience.
Yeah. Or what the traits that you have, they're not looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully everything gets fixed. Hopefully everything gets situated.
Yeah.
But anyways, now for the goof. For the funny of the day. Sorry to get you guys all depressed.
I know.
But hopefully this will cheer you guys up. Jerry showed me this video. What was it, yesterday? Yesterday, right? And I thought it was freaking hilarious. Because I think I've done this before.
I think we've all done this before.
We've all done this. So let me play this video. Let me shrink it down so you guys can see. So it's this African American girl who likes to rap. So let's watch this video.
I'll make it again.
Might just get it.
Yeah. I keep me a Glock. You know I ain't scared to shoot.
Oh my god. She messes up. First, she messes up the lyrics. She's like, yeah. I keep it the clock. I messed up. Throws herself back. And I mean, even as kids, I remember throwing myself back and bashing my head somewhere.
I remember throwing myself forward and bashing my head somewhere. I think I even still have like the dent from like bashing my head to the tile.
Oh man. Hopefully this girl's okay.
I know.
But you guys want to see that little smack again? Let me.
That was so funny.
She messes up. She grips the back of her head too. She's just like, oh man.
You know what had to hurt.
Look at that hit. Boom. Oh, man. That sucks. Well, I hope you guys laughed in the last couple seconds, a minute that we gave you. Hopefully we didn't get you too depressed on the whole money thing.
Yeah.
But hopefully everything works out in the in this world.
Hopefully. Please.
And Jerry is about to go to sleep because I just gave her some ramen, and she's already, as you can see, in a food coma. So yes, guys, thank you guys for watching this podcast. If you found it interesting, or if you have any input on what we can do as a society to improve our lives and improve or reduce homelessness or reduce drug use or get better pay or just help out people in general, just leave it in the comments below, and we'll respond, and maybe we'll feature it on the next podcast. Yep. Alright, guys, so that's us signing out. Anything to add?
I think you pretty much covered it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, we do have a GoFundMe page to support us. It's nothing critical. We don't need the money, but if you like our channel and you want to support us, go ahead and click in the link below and donate whatever you got. Maybe $1, 50 cents, quarter. Help us out. Yeah, if you like our stuff. And I know I just put out the new dryer video because it was uploading as we were doing this podcast, so it should be up. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video or in the next podcast or video cast.
Video podcast.
Video podcast.
Podcast Ipsy videos.
Oh yeah, Ipsy video. Oh yeah, Jerry's video.
Oh, I know.
So let us know if you guys like Jerry's videos. I'm not the best editor, but I think it's pretty funny. Let us know if you guys found it funny, or let us know if you like this podcast. Let us know if you like that video. We love to hear what you guys think. So, signing out. See you guys next time. Peace.